Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. Today I wanted to talk about metrics, analytics, likes, view counts, and all that stuff because I was watching a video about Kelly Stamps. So Kelly Stamps is this really funny new YouTuber in some way. Actually, I don't know how long she's been on YouTube, but apparently people are shocked that she grew so fast and her channel has no direction. She kind of does whatever she wants to do. I would say she's a comedian, just not in the traditional way. She's not like a stand-up comedian. She's just naturally funny, probably. Her YouTube channel is mostly about, I would say, lifestyle comedy. She's just kind of poking fun at life and just cute stuff that kind of resonates with everybody. What I found interesting was that YouTube growth channels were doing videos about her because they couldn't necessarily pinpoint what made her grow so fast because she's not a niche. I think that's a popular thing, is to niche down to build an audience and then expand, which I think is probably great advice for some people. And it's probably actually advice that actually works. I feel like I've seen a lot of YouTubers that niche down to certain things, and then they put themselves in this box and they can't get out of it, and they just have to keep making the same content over and over again, and every time they try to do something different, people don't watch those videos or people don't like those videos, and so they just keep having to make the same type of videos over and over again, and they get burned out and they end up not liking it, and then they end up kind of quitting their channel. When I think about those people who have done all the tips and the tricks and the growth hacking and all the things, and then they get to a certain point and then they start obsessing about views, and it becomes all about the views, and then they don't like what they're doing at some point because they're bored doing the same thing over and over again. So in the show description, I will link a Kelly Stamps video, and then I will link the video of the YouTube growth professional that was talking about her. And I think the one thing he's missing is that I feel like the new thing is unique. It might take longer to grow, but I think making yourself happy at the same time trying to make something that's searchable for somebody that might be looking for something specific, kind of combining those two elements while you're figuring out your own unique style of doing something. I feel like that's the current trend of what's happening and how to be valuable to everybody and be valuable to yourself in the long run. I know that Jay Dharmawanska, who was this 17-year-old business YouTuber that I think she's probably 19 or so now, but she would talk a lot about not niching down, that it's boring. And I totally agreed with her. And she said that maybe a year ago, maybe even more than a year ago. And she was kind of shocking the YouTube growth channels that, they would have her on their show or vice versa or whatever. And what she was saying back then was kind of controversial. And I think that is what people want now. I feel like the early days of YouTube that were video tutorials and very specific things that people were searching for on the internet, yes, that's still valuable, that's still relevant, it's probably still fun to make, but not for every single video. If you're doing a weekly upload, especially daily upload, I feel like people want personality. I did notice for my episodes on YouTube, the certain videos where I just kind of did something that I thought was cool and that had zero relevance to anything whatsoever. It was just something that I thought was cool. And I'm not doing any tips or tricks. I'm just practicing consistency and getting better at speaking and being able to hold a conversation with myself in a room where nobody is. I'm practicing just my show skills in general. But I did notice on YouTube, if I did a video that was totally random, just 100% my personality, not necessarily having to do with anything, it was just something fun that I wanted to talk about, people watched those videos for almost the whole video, definitely longer Whereas if I'm just doing a video on something searchable, like a certain platform or something, I might get a lot of clicks and somehow get a lot of people to click on my video, but they usually click off fast. It's not, I feel like there's higher retention when I'm being super unique, even though less people click on it. So I feel like that's kind of a sign that it might be a slower road to find that perfect person that wants to hang out with you online every day or once a week or whatever it is. But I feel like you might be able to find your person faster if you can work on being entertaining, being valuable, and being totally yourself, whatever that means. And I remember when Instagram, I think they took away the likes in different countries, but they kept it in the United States. I can't remember what countries they took the likes off. I think maybe Australia or something like that. And I thought it was kind of weird to even want to take off the likes, but I just didn't see the value in taking out the likes. I just kind of thought of it as maybe an interesting experiment or something to try, but I didn't really think that it would add much value to take them away. But now thinking about things in a totally different way in 2020, I feel like taking out the likes, maybe even taking out the view count, maybe even not even caring about how many subscribers you have, because really, just because you have a lot of subscribers does not mean they're watching your videos. I think a lot of old YouTubers are having that experience where they might have 1 million subscribers, but they've kind of lost their audience attention, and they might be getting 3,000 views per upload, even though they have tons and tons of subscribers. I just feel like these old metrics and analytics and the way that we might have thought about things in social media world, I think it's just over now. I think people are finding what they like, and it doesn't matter how many other people like it. If you like it and you resonate with it, you watch it. I think it's really important to be able to be online and be able to communicate and to be able to show your personality. And I think it just takes time to get to the point to where you can be entertaining on some level. And I think practicing in a fun way, in a way that's fun for you, and not putting yourself in a box, not freaking out about what's the hack, what's the way I can cheat to get it faster. I think just work on being yourself and maybe trying different platforms. There's so many things popping up and doing things differently, doing the live streaming versus a static upload video, pre-recorded, pre-edited video, versus doing a podcast, versus doing something like Clubhouse where you have an audience but none of the information gets saved. It's just erased as soon as you're done talking. At least assuming that no one else recorded your Clubhouse session, or however people end up doing content. I feel like we're just going to have more options, more things happening, just more places where conversations are happening, more places where people are getting entertained, more places to have your own show. There are platforms like cryptocurrency platforms with their own live streaming and their own kind of a YouTube platform inside their cryptocurrency galaxy of what they're creating, because they want people to stay and watch content, be involved. There's Facebook Horizon is supposed to be a thing at some point. I've tried to get in, but I haven't gotten in yet. So Facebook Horizon is kind of like social media inside VR, and there's a whole world, and you kind of design the world, and you can meet friends there, but you had to put on the VR headset. There's the audio-only apps. There's just so many things, and I feel like right now the shift's happening. This is a great time to practice. Do not worry about likes and clicks and views and subscribers, and I'm not trying to say like other people are wrong for worrying about that. I feel like maybe there's a point where you have to transition into doing things a certain way because you're a business now and you're making money, but there's also the other side of the coin, which is you don't have to niche down. You don't have to do anything. You can be totally weird. You could be like the David Lynch version of YouTubers and be insane and just really entertaining in a totally bizarro world way. And someone, some way, somehow, people that resonate with you are going to find you. And I think there's a way to build an audience for pretty much everybody if you're interested in taking the leap and just getting online and talking and showing off your personality. All rules have changed, and I think today I just wanted to talk about not caring about likes anymore. I kind of do wish that they were all just vanished, because these platforms that had such a strong hold on a mass amount of people using their platforms, not that there's so many platforms and things happening, I just feel like the way business was done before is going to be totally flipped and different. Just be ready for that. If you are preparing for how to make a better business for the next 10 years, I feel like this is something to majorly keep an eye on. And I guess that's the show for today. I still don't know how to end the show, but I almost do, so I'm just going to play the music.